Off, I'd like to invite Eileen Smith, Joseph Smith, Pam, and Dave Richardson to join me at the podium to declare today Neuroendocrine Awareness Day. Thank you.
Thank you.
I had the pleasure of meeting Eileen when she lobbied the state to bring awareness to neuroendocrine awareness, and she's gone through quite a struggle. I'm wearing my zebra stripes for you this evening, and I'll just read this proclamation and then hand it over to you for some brief comments. Whereas neuroendocrine tumors, NETs, often develop into cancer, and if left untreated can result in serious illness and death. NETs tend to grow slowly for many years, and symptoms typically do not show until the tumor has spread. And whereas the malignant and metastatic potential of neuroendocrine tumors are often undetermined, leading to misdiagnosis or delayed diagnosis in NET cancer patients. Whereas NET cancer patients are further compromised by fragmented care and a lack of access to treatment by networks of specialists. Whereas with timely diagnosis and proper treatment, NETs cancer patients can have significantly improved outcomes and quality of life. Whereas on this day we raise awareness of NETs cancer and encourage patients, caregivers, healthcare professionals, as well as the wider community to join with us as we work together to raise awareness so that NETs patients can have access to optimal treatment and care, leading to significantly improved outcomes and quality of life. Now, therefore, be proclaimed that we, the Township Council of the Township of Wayne, proclaim Wednesday, November 1st, 2017 as NET Cancer Awareness Day and encourage patients, caregivers, healthcare professionals, as well as the wider community to join with us as we work together to raise awareness.
Thank you very much.
I hand it over to you.
Thank you. First of all, many thanks to Councilwoman Ryan Miller and to all of you for this proclamation, and a special thanks for wearing your zebra stripes tonight. I recently read a story of a young woman who began exhibiting GI symptoms at the age of 11. After many tests that yielded no diagnoses, it was said she had anxiety. And they put her on anti-anxiety medication until she was 19, when the symptoms worsened and they discovered a neuroendocrine tumor, which really was metastatic neuroendocrine cancer. When I read this story, I was sorry for the woman, but I was also frustrated and angry because her story is my story and the story of about 99% of all neuroendocrine tumor patients. For more than 10 years, I exhibited GI symptoms. Tests yielded no diagnosis, and doctors said I was anxious. Then in a 9-month period, I went from 106 pounds to 83 pounds. I had flushing, terrible itching, sinus problems, GI problems. I was sent to a gastroenterologist, a dermatologist, an ENT, a GYN, no diagnosis. Finally, when it became difficult to even hold down food, I went to a GI and said, I know I'm a hypochondriac, but I just feel something's wrong. And he did a CAT scan. A week later, I had an 8-centimeter tumor removed, and it was metastatic neuroendocrine cancer. There are only 45 neuroendocrine specialists in the world. I'm lucky enough that there happens to be one at Mount Sinai. But I have a lot of my treatment out here at Valley, and there was only 2 patients with neuroendocrine cancer at Valley. In the 7 years since diagnosis, I've had 3 surgeries, 2 different chemotherapies, and a very difficult 8-month clinical trial, which finished up in May. My first scan was good. My second scan a week ago indicated new tumor growth. So I'll continue with something new to try and beat this cancer back. There's no cure and there's no remission. There isn't a formal ribbon or color for this cancer. There's not a day of the month for awareness unless it's a proclamation or a month of awareness. So each year we go to our legislators to ask for a day of neuroendocrine awareness. And with Council Miller Ryan's help, I did go to Trenton for this purpose. And while I'm appreciative of everything that was done in Trenton, it was a bit remote and not as intimate as our town council. I know some of you. I see you in the stores, at town functions. Councilwoman Miller Ryan spoke at our church. Mayor Regano visited our church. I see some of you at the pool. I've been to your home. I have breakfast every Friday morning with your mother-in-law. Maybe when you see me then at a parade or in Stop and Shop, you'll think, that's the woman with the rare cancer. You'll remember my story. And maybe you can help someone who exhibits similar symptoms and say, I heard about this. Maybe you should talk to your doctor about neuroendocrine cancer. I have some Hershey Kisses for you, and I'm going to give them to the councilwoman. They have stripes on them. So when you go into closed session tonight, I hope you enjoy them. Our symbol is a zebra. It's a symbol for all rare diseases. And when medical students begin to study medicine, they're told, when you hear hooves, look for a horse, look for something obvious. And we say, no, look for a zebra, look outside of the box. No one should go through years of knowing that something is wrong, yet when traditional tests tell the doctors, well, it's nothing, so they say, oh, it's anxiety. It's just the zebra lurking within, and it continues to grow and spread. I certainly pray that this cancer never touches any of you, your family, or your friends, but I also pray that if anything is remembered of my words, if you know of someone in a position that I was in, and every traditional test has a doctor saying, it's anxiety, don't worry, it's only a horse, and you still feel things are wrong, urge that doctor to look for a zebra. So on behalf of my neuroendocrine community, I thank all of you for this proclamation. It's an honor to receive this gift from the township. Thank you.
Thank you for your bravery and your fighting spirit.